Good afternoon, everyone. It's Letitia with Two World Travelers, and here you find me again. I'm going to do a semi-short, probably about 25 minutes so, video on some mix-matched rocks that I have. And so, with much further ado, let's get to it. Okay, first and foremost, I want to put out there that I am not a geologist, gemologist, any of those ologists. I'm just an old lady and my husband that would go out looking for rocks. So here's the group I'm going to talk about today. Don't mind that one there. But anyways, here's what I have, and let's get to it. Let's see. Let's start out with this one. Sorry about my breathing. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like in the sun. We won't spend too much time with them. Anyways, so there's that. This one I'm not sure, but look at the glow. It doesn't look any different when it's wet. I won't wet it, but it's pretty. This one is a two-tone. We do have to get this one wet. There it is. Real pretty. I found this one. My husband found this one. It's quartz. I'm going to say it's honey quartz. Let's get it wet. Not much of a change, but it is pretty. Yeah. Then this one is the same, only a little bit lighter. Okay. This, I believe, is feldspar. I think. Let's see if I can get it to sparkle. Oh, there it goes. The whole thing does that. Or is it just quartz? Anyways, it looked like feldspar outside. And then I have another piece right here. It does the same thing. Well, make a liar out of me. Anyways, it does. Whoops. Let's see here. There. Nope, and I haven't polished or anything. That's just the way they glow. Wouldn't lie to you. This one, I thought it was pretty interesting. Let's get it wet. There you go. Look at the pretty little lines on there. I can't tell if they're chalcedony, whatever they call it. Quartz. Very interesting. My husband found this little spot thing. Looks like a thing of grapes. They're pretty. I found this little green rock. Got some chalcedony in there, or quartz, something. I thought it was interesting. I like the little holes in it. Let's get away. That's what it looks like. I think Timberway Designs would like this one. He cuts a lot of green. Kind of yellow green there. Maybe the sun. But anyways. This one has like some kind of copper or something. Let's see. I know I picked up the brown. Right there. See it? See that little glimmer? And it's brown. Right there, you can barely see it. But anyways, that's what it looks like when it's wet. It does have a lot of little brown specks in it when it's dry. This one I call a lemon drop because it's, well, or sour drop something. Lemon. Out here looks green. And it's got this, what do they call that? Dendrites? Pluming? I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a geologist, so I don't know the terms, but y'all can help me out. Anyways, quartzy. I think it's quartz. But it looks like a lemon drop. Even when it's wet, so they're pretty. I really like them. That there is just a pretty little agate. I believe my husband found this one. Look at all the banding on it. Still in its natural rock. Even the rock itself has a lot of fortification, is that what it's called? Oh, pretty. Let's get it wet. Looks about the same, but I'm sure this would polish up really nice. Look at it all around that little tip there. Beautiful little agate. This one I found, it's a banded agate. No, what do they call that? Chert? Chalcedony? I don't know. You can see the banding there. That shadow in there. Let's get it wet. There it is when it's in water. Real pretty. Look at the bands on that. Found this one. I had just watched a video. I can't remember the gentleman's name that polished one up that looks something like that. But look at those dendrites, pluming. I don't know. Moss? No. Look at the red in there. It's not really much of a difference if I get it wet. It's got some fortifications in there. That's what it looks like when it's wet, to kind of give us an idea of when it's polished, which I can't do, but real pretty. Well, I bet it would look nice polished up. Here's a tiny little agate I found. Look at the lines on that little bubble. Looks like a tiny little piece of meat. Hold on. That's what it looks like wet. I like these little ones. Look at that. Pretty, pretty. Let's get out of this thing. I don't know, still looks good. Next we have this. It's I want to say it's a piece of, I learned this from rock.hound.adventures. Earlier today I was watching his video and he went out looking for honeycomb, I forgot, calcite, honeycomb calcite. So I'm thinking this is what this is. This is in the dry form. Let's get it wet. This is in the wet form. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what that looks like to me too. Some quartz there. And my understanding based on what he put out there is that this, some of the white stuff on here, will glow with UV. So I don't know because I don't have a UV light either. I just look for rocks. But anyways, there's that one. And I do have a bigger form of it. I have a video on it. I'll link it down below. So moving on. My husband found this one. We do hiking around the Big Bend Ranch area, and we found some distinctive holes in some of the rock formations out there, which we went and verified with the park services. And because my husband had seen a video previously as to the Native Americans making holes in some of the rocks, and they called them hominy holes. So anyways, he called this one a mini hominy hole. Of course, it was probably a rock in there of sorts, but we call this the miniature hominy hole. So let me get this in some water. That's what it looks like. Nothing spectacular, we just like the design. So it looks like maybe there was another rock in there or something. Specimens. Probably would polish up pretty good. Next is this funky, I want to say it's an agate, but I don't know. It's got some pretty coloring in there. Red, green, something like that. Slight banding. Looks like an ear. Looks clean. They are clean because I washed mine in some soap and vinegar. Anyways, got a little bit of fortification right there. But let's dip this in some water. Just the skin on the back. Let's get it wet. Okay, so there we go. What it looks like when it is wet. So still looks like an ear, but anyways, that's what it is. That's the other side. Pretty color. Yep, right there. Okay. Looks like an alien's throat or something. Who knows? Then I have these. I've been finding some of these. What are they? Just little conglomerates of sorts. I have smaller ones. This one, compared to a quarter, a lot bigger. There's a dime. But mine are smaller. The other ones I have are probably this small. Maybe a little bit bigger. Anyways, let's get that one wet. That's what it looks like when it's wet. Does have some crystals in there of sorts. So I would say it's a conglomerate of sorts. Or can't ever tell. Next is the eagle. We called it the eagle. My husband found this one. It's pretty unique in itself. That rock is wedged in there. I can't get it out. I've tried cleaning it. I'm sure if I had if it got polished, it probably would, but I kind of like it like that. Might have to dip some of these in Mod Podge just to keep the shine. Or get them shiny, but right there you can see where the rock is wedged, right there, which is this one. So we think it looks like an eagle. Eagle of sorts, anyways. And that's what it looks like when it's wet. That's why I said I think I'm gonna put these in some Mod Podge just to get them shiny. Has its own base. Then my husband found this one as well. And you're saying, no, it's just a rock. Look at the banding on it. It's not, this part here is kind of waxy, so I would say it's maybe a chert of sorts. But the color is kind of purplish, lavender. Look at the beautiful banding on that. And zoom in. Look at that. Probably make a good slabber. I think there's enough there for slabs. If I could get it slabbed. Don't have the machine either. But anyways, let's get this one wet. Well, it don't look much different. Let's see over here. No light. So there you go. You can see the purple hues in there. More like lavender. Well, put it back out in the light. Beautiful. And I have my naughty rock. Well, yeah. Again, it's one of them, but it's doubled. Get it? Doubled. So anyways, that's how I found her. Found it. And I have no idea what it is. Other than it looks a little naughty. Let me dip this in some water. Okay. So there you have it. Double conglomerate. Oh lordy. I would say so. Get these shined up, they'd be right uptown, don't you think? Anyways, that'd be my naughty rock. Now I'm going to move on to these tiny pebbles here. I got my screen all the way down. There's the dime. That's the comparison to that for all of them. So anyways, they are quartz, as you can tell. Quartz pebbles. This one gives a pink hue. Right there it's yellow. Over here it's pink. And, oh yes, and it has those little spots on it. I have no idea what they are. But that's my little pink quartz. This one I think it's a smoky quartz. Get back in the picture here. I use these tweezers and it throws it all off, so I'm going to try and use my fingers. Anyways, a little smoky. Anyways, that's what it looks like, as close as I can possibly get it without it going blurry. Hopefully I can hold this phone steady. This is another tiny little honeycomb one, I think. Or not honeycomb, but just honey color. Just tiny one. Honey color one. Has a little bit of stuff there. Looks pretty. This piece of quartz I picked up only because it's round, and I've been wanting to find a round piece of quartz, and this is about as round as I can get. Speaking of quartz, let me go get another piece that I found, and y'all tell me what you think it might be. Hold on. Okay. So I have several of these that I found. Is this just quartz? Is this like the top of a quartz piece? And I'm zoomed out. That shines so pretty. That's just the natural way. I only washed it with soap and toothpaste. I guess if toothpaste is good enough for your teeth, it's good enough for rocks. But I like that. I have about 3 pieces that I found like this. So that's that there That's a quarter, so it's a honker. It really is. Let's get it out here in the sun. Yep, that's what it shines like. I like the designs, hexagon tape shape. I don't know, that's what it looks like to me. Okay, then here's another piece. This is a smaller one. It goes like this, like this. So I'll put it right there. Pretty. But this one's bigger. Anyways, I found them too. Then I also found this one. This one I found, I don't know, several weeks back. And I like the tips. The tips are different color. Let me put this in some water. Hold on. Okay. That's what it looks like when it's been in water. I'd never seen one like that. Not me. Maybe you have. I haven't. Isn't that neat? It looks like a pale rose color in the live. I'm going to finish off with these 4 little ones right here. And then this one, it just still has a little yellowish color, but I think it's just where the back, maybe. Still has the crust, the skin from the rock. I'm not going to get it wet because there's no sense in it. Then I have this one. I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save this one for last because I've got something to show you on that one. And then this one was a tiny one I found. And then this is the smallest little crystal I have ever found. And as you can tell, let me zoom out, that is, I mean, tiny. Whoops. I keep it inside my little boat. So I keep that little thing in there, but it is tiny. So put that baby in there. Give you an idea. Okay. And then, like I said, this one's just another tiny little piece of quartz too. Oh, let's talk about this one. This one you're going to say, okay, it's just another piece of quartz with some black stuff on it. Yeah, okay. Have you seen quartz with this? I've seen a lot of videos of people with their rocks. Hold on. But that's what I have on that one. Let me put this in some water. Is that pluming? Or one of them dendrites, whatever. So, yeah, this is my little pride and joy here. Like I said, I've watched a lot of rock hounding videos, but I don't know if I've ever seen someone show the on quartz, and this is a little pebble of quartz. So yeah, anywho, that is all I have for now, folks. So that is all I have for now. I got to get my episode 2 rocks. It's going to be on green rocks, and I got to get that out too. I've been kind of with AT&T fighting the service down here in the south, and So hopefully I can get that done here this week as well. But for now, thank you for watching. I hope you like it. Comment below if you know what any of these other things are, and how you would clean them up and stuff like that. And these quartz that I showed you, aren't they neat? Hexagonal, hexagon. So anyways, with that being said, remember to like, share, subscribe, be kind, and have yourself a great day. Letitia with Two Old Travelers. See you later.